I dare not criticize. I try to bring information, correct information. I am Abaconian and I'm one of those evacuees. And it's heartbreaking when the government of the day think that the foreigners, the illegals, are more important than. It is heartbreaking to an Abaconian. I'm a 10th generation Abaconian that the government of the Bahamas find it's more important to find the illegal bodies. Again, it is heartbreaking to Kai Mills, a 10th generation Abaconian, that the government of the day find it is necessary, it is more important to spend money on illegal community than the community of Dundas, Murphy, and Central, my birthplace. And indeed, Mashaba, you know how much money that is being made of our suffering? And the money is not being made by Abaconians, you know. How come that we are not first to help to rebuild Abaco? All these contracts are being signed in Nassau, not asking Abaconians, are they or could they sit at the table? You know how much money it costs to fence in the mud the peace and sand banks? Why is Nassau people benefiting for us from our suffering? How can Abaco? I remember Barack Obama had to put money into the economy, into the local economies in America, because the American economy was spiraling out of control. So he said he had to get the moms and the pop shops up and running, and the money had to circulate within the community. Well, the money that is being made of the $7 million of Bahamas striping and the fencing of the mud, which is acres and acres of land, and they're full speed ahead because the money is there. There is a lot of money in confusion, and they're confusing people like myself, Abaconians, that we're not a part of this. In order for Abaco to be built, we have to have some of that contractual money, the money that I would make, Abaconians would make, would not be coming back to Nassau. That would be put in the rebuilding of Abaco. But so far, this government is so naive. They are refusing to let Kai Mills sit at the table. They are refusing to have Kai Mills and others like me that could get contractual contracts to help to rebuild my town, and the money will stay in Abaco. That is unacceptable. That others that never ever went into category 5, others that didn't go from paycheck to paycheck, others that didn't lost their home, others that didn't lost their loved one, others that didn't lost their vehicles, others that lost their status, that are benefiting. All them brutes and buggers that are in Abaco benefiting. And guess what? When I go to look at the recovery or the effort thereof, they are blocking me up because they don't want the international community, they don't want the rest of the Bahamas to see what I see through way of videographing. So they have a security at the gate threatening me that just went through a life-changing, death-defying movement. The government of the Bahamas have people at the gate threatening me in my town that I cannot go here, I cannot take a picture here, I cannot do this, I gotta sign for little water, I gotta act like a refugee. They're treating me like I am a Haitian in the center. I gotta sign for water, I gotta sign for top, I gotta sign for a piece of grits. I ain't signing for nothing. Jesus Christ paid it all on Calvary cross. I'm trying not to do no video of nonsensical being. I'm trying to send information. The song said, I have a million reasons to leave. Give me one reason to stay. I'm saying to the F&M government, I got 1,000 videos that I could do on the negative stuff that didn't happen and is continued to not happen in my community. Please give me one video of something positive that you all done. 7 million has been spent through the striping company that they just paint on the road, but they got a $7 million contract and don't have a payloader, a backhoe, an escalator, or nothing. Who and why and where is this $7 million going through to the back door? Not $100,000 have been spent in Dundastown, Mashaba, Grantulki, Treshiki, Hopetown, Manawa, Wanakee, Cooperstown, all the communities put together of North Abaco. The government have not spent $100,000, but yet they are being braggadocious and being hidden. I had to go inside the archive to find that they have spent over $7 million in the Haitian community. My God, even Jesus Christ is saying, shame, shame, shame on the government. How can this happen? 2 months later, Relda body was lying right in Dundastown. But the government of the day say it is not priority to retrieve Relda Cornish body. It is important, and it's more important to retrieve the illegal Haitian bodies. We don't count during the hurricane. We didn't count after the hurricane, the Haitians take over the shelters. We didn't count when they got in Nassau. All the phone company gave them all the free phone, the free hotel room. And after the hurricane, $7 million is being spent to recover their bodies. But the Bahamian bodies that voted F&M, it is not important at this time for the F&M government to recover Bahamian bodies in Central and South Abaco. Shame, shame, shame. Wow. You hear live? I'm beginning to warm up, beginning to speak more. I didn't want to say anything, but somebody has to speak. And I'm beginning to speak. You're here live after the government of the Bahamas already spent $7 million in the Haitian community and have not spent $100,000 in no community that has indigenous Bahamians, white and black. It is not important to deal with Hopetown, Manawa, Wanakee, Mashaba, Dundastown, Central Pine, and Murphytown at this time. Although bodies are there waiting to be discovered, it is not important. We are not important to this F&M government at this time. Wow. You're here live on WCAY.